Welcome to an all-new MOS Monday episode. In this episode, we are talking about the MOS of a 25 uniform, which is a Signal Support Systems Specialist. Before we dive into the basic understanding of this MOS, make sure you subscribe to the channel and enable notifications so that you can join the notification platoon and get notified as soon as a new video goes live. So let's start off with the job duties of a 25 uniform in the United States Army, which are going to be things like maintaining radio equipment, technical support for some computer systems, and much more. Now this MOS is available to active duty soldiers as well as Reserve and National Guard. Now in order to come into the Army for this MOS, you are going to have to meet some requirements such as having a high school diploma or a GED as well as taking the ASVAB. Now you're going to have to pass the ASVAB, but they're also looking for two main scores on the ASVAB to qualify you for a 25 uniform. That is going to be a 92 in the surveillance and communications section of the ASVAB, as well as a 93 in the electronics section of the ASVAB. Now the surveillance and communications section of the ASVAB contains 5 parts that will make up that score. That includes word knowledge, paragraph comprehension, arithmetic reasoning, auto and shop, and mechanical comprehension. Now the electronics section of the ASVAB has 4 parts that makes up that score. Those are going to be general science, arithmetic reasoning, mathematics knowledge, and electronic information. The training to become a 25 uniform in the United States Army is going to include the normal 10 weeks of basic training as well as 16 weeks of AIT. Now AIT for a 25 uniform is conducted at Fort Gordon, Georgia. Now this MOS does not require a security clearance to get into the MOS, but this is a type of MOS that you are at some point going to need to get a security clearance. With things like working with ComSec, it's basically the keys for the radio to keep them secure and all sorts of other things. So you usually have to have a secret clearance to be able to handle those. So at some point in time in this MOS, you are going to have to get a security clearance. So from my experience of working with 25 uniforms in the Army, I also do a lot of training with 25 uniforms in my current civilian job. These are the people that are going to be maintaining radios. You have problems with radios, they're going to be the ones to try to troubleshoot it. They're also the ones that a lot of times are filling the radios. It's also an operator kind of level thing, but a lot of the 25 uniforms also have a little bit more knowledge on how to add the keys to the radios, add those security features to the radios, and so a lot of times they're also doing it as well. They also work with some computer systems, some things like the CPOF, which is the Command Post of the Future. It's just a computer system that the Army uses to track movement on the battlefield and kind of do briefings. They'll also do things with JCR, which is what I teach. So they'll do some of the troubleshooting features of JCR and several other kind of almost like IT related type of things they'll do with their units. As far as jobs outside of the Army for 25 uniform, most of the people that I've known that have been in this MOS, when they get out of the Army, they go to the IT field. They work with computers, they're working with electronics, and they're doing some type of IT type of work. Maybe additionally while they're in or even when they get out, they go to school to use the GI Bill and get some of those certificates to get like A+ certifications, C+ certifications, Security Plus certifications so they can have a better career in the IT field. So that's usually the common thing. I see a lot of these 25 uniforms getting out of the Army and moving into the IT field, but again, all that knowledge that you gain from the Army and the discipline still looks very highly to a lot of employers, so it is still a good opportunity to even switch kind of career fields and use that military background to help kind of give you a little bit of an extra push. So that's just a basic understanding of the MOS of a 25 uniform. If you have an MOS that you're curious about, leave them down in the comments below. I look to that section to try to decide what MOS to cover in next Monday's episode. If I have any current 25 uniforms out there or even some veteran 25 uniforms, leave some comments down below. I'd love to hear what it is that you liked about the MOS, what you didn't like about the MOS, and this will also help out any other individuals that are interested in possibly coming into the Army as a 25 uniform. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. I'm ThatChrisChaos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.